everyone, welcome back. Yesterday when I was opening up my BoxyCharm for you guys, I mentioned a couple of things about the Ofra liquid lipstick, that they changed their packaging, that I have 12 Ofra liquid lipsticks, and also, I don't remember the other thing. I'm sure I'll remember it as soon as I'm done filming this video. What I mentioned at the time was that I was pretty sure I had colors in ColourPop that would be pretty close to my Ofra. So I wanted to show you guys some swatches, and sure enough, I found dupes, sneak peek, for a couple of them. I had a lot of fun doing the work to put this video together, and that's always a good thing. So I just thought I would share with you guys. The first thing I want to mention is that I am a little bit of a collector of matte liquid lipsticks. I have a weakness, and they work on me because I'm really super paranoid about taking really good care of my lips. I'm not wearing a matte today, by the way. It's just a regular lipstick, and it's been driving me nuts because I have to put it back on. That's why people love matte liquid lipsticks, is because they last forever. You don't have to touch them up throughout the day. A comparison and contrast, by the way, between Ofra and ColourPop. The ColourPop have a little bit less product in them. But I've noticed that because they're thinner and more liquidy, you tend to use a little bit less product because you don't need quite as much to create the layers. With the Ofra, yeah, you get the immediate opacity, but you can tell if the layers aren't uneven, so you find yourself using a little bit more. And that's because the Ofra is a lot thicker. The ColourPop is... it almost drips usually when you pull the wand out. In fact, I've heard horror stories about people spilling theirs like on their beds and stuff like that. So don't do that because it stains horribly. And don't ask me how I know. ColourPop, they're ultra matte liquid lipsticks. I would have to look it up, but I think they retail for about $5 or $6 a pop. The Ofra ones retail for $19.90. $19.70, and here's just to show you a little side by side. No, these are not dupes, these are just the two that I picked up first, but just a little bit of the difference in the packaging. You can see that the glass on the ColourPop one is a lot thicker. I don't know if my camera will show you this, but it's a lot, it's a much wetter kind of consistency as compared to the Ofra, which is stickier, denser. You can see there how it's kind of, let me see if I can show it to you real quick, how it's standing up almost. It's just a lot heavier texture, which some people like more. They are not as drying as the ColourPop. The Ofra get a lot of kudos because they're not moisturizing, and I can't really think of any way to explain it other than that it's not as drying, but that's also due to the heavy texture. A lot of people don't want to buy Ofra because of the price, and a lot of that is going to come back to how you wear your lipsticks. Like me, I use sugar scrubs. I don't wear makeup to work, but I always have like a lip balm or something. I take good care of my lips, so I can't tell the difference between Ofra, ColourPop, Maybelline, Revolution. I don't even know what brand this other liquid lipstick is. I've got a couple of, indie products that I love, and I can't tell the difference in usage between one and the other after I've put them on. The thing that I notice most between Ofra and most of my others is that it usually doesn't dry down all the way, so you get more smudging, you get more transfer. I have a boyfriend who won't kiss me if I'm wearing certain brands, so I notice things like that. I kind of pay attention to them. So if that's something that you care about, you know, the $20 price tag may not be worth it for you. But for someone who, you know, tends more toward dry lips, or for someone who just likes that heavier, creamier texture, Ofra would definitely be your best bet. Price is usually a determining factor for me, but I'm really good at bargain hunting, and I'm obsessed with really good deals. Like, I bought their Valentine's set. Um, it was, what, an $80 value, and they were selling it for 40 something bucks, and then I found a 30% off coupon code. So I ended up getting each one for like $9 and free shipping or something like that. That's how I get my good makeup. I've never paid full price for high-end anything, I don't think. I take that back. My Urban Decay Spectrum, I paid full price for that, but it wasn't my money, so it's different. So that's kind of my back and forth between ColourPop and Ofra. Sorry about that. Price point's the primary difference for me. A lot of people prefer the wear and the scent. Ofra long-lasting liquid lipsticks smell like cookies, and it's awesome. But the ColourPop wear just as well, so if that's the kind of thing you care about, then go for the Ofra. If it's not, then save your money and stick with ColourPop. They both have a wide variety of just really insane colors. Having made that point, I also want to mention, because I think I brought this up yesterday, that Ofra seems to be going through a packaging change. Now, I'm mentioning this because this is the one that I got in my December BoxyCharm, and this is the one that I got in my, let me turn that so you can actually see the label, in my April BoxyCharm. This is the size comparison. However, if you look at the actual packaging, they're both listed as being 8 grams, 0.27 fluid ounces. So they're both listed as being the same weight of makeup according to the labels. The only difference is in the packaging. I don't know if Ofra is doing that now for the lipsticks that they send out in their subscriptions. But I will mention that the Valentine's sets were the first ones to do it. And there were a lot of complaints about how tiny they are compared to the original. Again, just 2 more colors because I feel like showing them off. But the weight, the fill weight is exactly the same according to the packaging, and legally they can't lie about something like that, so just trust it. You're still getting a full size. It just is easier to fit into your pocket, which is important for someone like me because I don't carry purses. So that was the note on that. Now, having said everything else that I think I was going to say, the important part of the video, which is that yesterday when I was opening up my BoxyCharm, I mentioned that I thought I might have some ColourPop that could be pretty close dupe for the Pasadena color that I got in my BoxyCharm. So I started checking and hunting and swatching, and I did not find a match. However, I was inspired, and so I did a little bit more looking through, and this is what I found. So I'm going to get this a little bit closer so you can see just a bit better. This one up here is the color Midi from ColourPop. The middle one is Ofra Laguna Beach, which I think went out in a glossy box, maybe? I don't know why my camera doesn't want to focus on it. But I actually went out and bought this when I saw it because it was so gorgeous. I don't subscribe to glossy box or whatever box it was. So I just went ahead and bought it because it was gorgeous and I fell in love. The bottom one of this group is called Clueless. and that's what that is. So just comparison, 1, 2, 3. Again, Meaty, Laguna Beach, and Clueless. That's what the differences are in the bottles. That's what the differences are on my skin. Exact dupes? No, not quite, but good enough, definitely. If you just don't feel like trying a new brand or spending that kind of money on a color like that, then, you know, there's your other option, I guess. So while I was doing that, I'm sure you noticed the totally badass reds that are directly underneath there, and those are these two, ColourPop color Creeper, and the Ofra color is Atlantic City. Really gorgeous. I am a big fan of a badass red. I have such a weakness for this stuff. I absolutely cannot be stopped. It's kind of a surprise that I don't own more, but actually most of my matte liquid lipsticks are in the pinky, nude, kind of neutral family of the first three that I showed you, as evidenced, you know, by all of this. So that's what those look like. There we go. The ColourPop on top and the Ofra on the bottom. I'm gonna say, application-wise, the ColourPop kind of stayed with my skin a bit more. I'm kind of rubbing at it a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of color pull on it, but not a whole lot. And then as I rub at the Ofra, I'll show you in just a second, it just smears all the way. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier about how because it's moussier, it applies thicker, and it doesn't dry all the way down completely. So you still get you know, some transfer and some smearing that you don't always get with the ColourPop. That's, as a general rule, there are some smeary ColourPop colors. I won't get into that now. And there are some really just like absolutely transfer-proof ColourPop ones too, but Ofra ones. But that's a different set of videos. I also wanted to show you, just for kicks, this comparison right down here. This is not a ColourPop versus Ofra dupe. I just thought it was funny that Mocha and Pasadena looked so very similar to each other, and I thought I'd show it off right quick. Has nothing to do with anything, just something that happens when I start playing. So that was the long-winded recap of the ColourPop versus Ofra debate, the change in Ofra packaging, my personal preferences, which, by the way, I don't have personal preferences, just in case that wasn't clear. I love Ofra and I love ColourPop, and I bargain hunt for both of them. And if I can get them cheap or free, I will love them anyway. I just enjoy collecting all of the beautiful, beautiful colors. And I think I mentioned yesterday and earlier in this video maybe that I do have 11 ColourPop colors, and thanks to my most recent BoxyCharm, 12 Ofra. So I don't discriminate, obviously, on that level. And that's it. That's all the important stuff. If you have any questions or comments, obviously, feel free to place them right there. And if you really like this video, feel free to share it with your friends. Click like, click the subscribe button. Let me know what's going on, what you'd like to see. Are there any other reviews maybe that I could touch on from my BoxyCharm, or even from my liquid lipstick collection, or whatever else you want to know about? Just talk to me. I'll see what I can do for you. Have a good one.